And action.
Action. This is a scary thing to do. Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Vines. I'm a bit nervous about making a video, but I am here to introduce you to my new book that I'm looking as if it's there, but let's pretend by the magic of green screen it's right here. Hopefully it will be. If not, I just look silly right now. Alright, so here is what is hopefully a picture of my book, Asperger's on the Inside. The book starts when I'm about 31, about a year after I was first diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome. So this is a story about a person who was diagnosed very late on and is sort of only learning about this now. And it follows my life from a time when I'm a bit unsure about Asperger's, whether I should tell people, whether I should not, how to feel about it, how to cope with it, and then it follows me for the next year as I sort of start to realise this is a good thing as well, and slowly become confident about me as an Aspie and start to want to talk about it and share it with people and talk about the good side too. The book also looks back over my life now that I know I'm an Aspie. I tell sort of my life story from childhood, growing up, all those terrible teenage years, and sort of explain it with an Aspie understanding, and just I tell a lot of, I call them interesting stories. I guess that's for you to decide. I also throw in a few random Aspie train of thoughts just to help people understand the sort of things I'm going through. And overall it's just a very personal story. Like, I let you know what I'm thinking and feeling a lot of the time. I sort of say more than people usually say in public because a lot of it goes on inside your head. You think a lot of things but you don't say them. So this is a book about what I really think and feel. And no, that's not a terrible thing as I just made it sound. So I'm going to go ahead and read the first chapter, and this is a letter I wrote to another Aspie at a time when I was only just first discovering that there were even other Aspies. So, I'd only just met a few of them. This is me emailing someone I was, starting to know through an Aspie support group, and yeah, it was an interesting time for me. So this is sort of just introductory to where I was at the start of the book. Okay. Letter to a fellow Aspie. I liked the phrase meaningful meanderings that you wrote in a previous email. It sounded a bit like poetry. The email got my mind wandering about the point of life, wealth, and living here in Texas. It's so funny I now have this American dream with the house and the kids and enough money to be happy, as taboo as that is to mention. It's sort of a dream that many people work for and think is the ultimate goal, but to me, money has never been about spending. I've always seen it instead as a get-out-of-jail-free plan not to have to work again, as strange as that may sound. In theory, if you save enough money in the bank, you could live off the interest, and that's my idea of how I could really reach freedom. A life in which I could never be forced again to do something that made me feel so bad. A freedom to always be at least okay. And in the meanwhile, I'm sort of just meandering life because I can't find a place or a niche that works for me. I had so much potential once. I had scholarships through high school. At university, I won a prestigious summer scholarship at the University of Queensland and graduated from the University of Melbourne in the top 3 or 4% of chemical engineering students. I have bachelor's degrees in science and engineering. I worked so hard to reach my goals and achieved outstanding results. I was driven, the world was my oyster, and I really felt like I was heading somewhere back then. But that was then, and I'm not exactly sure why I went nowhere. Sometimes I think that something really special is there in me. Still, I daydream about all the things I could be, but somehow I've lost it, and I honestly don't know if I will ever find it again. Work hit, and it didn't work for me in a way that I can't even explain. All I know is I can't ever do that again. I don't ever want to feel that way again, and I don't think I could keep going if I did. So that circles back to the idea of living off money. I'm waffling here, but I think you're so much like me that you'll understand my meaning. You seem to have found a niche and a way to wander through life that has meaningful things in it for you. I'd like to find that too. Something that makes me want to wake up each day and get going. I mean, looking after my kids is important, and I would never stop doing that because they need me to. And I think I'm a great parent for them. So I'm not complaining or saying my lot in life isn't important. I was just thinking, going down the track, how nice it'd be to find some of those little things that are meaningful for me, not for someone else's sake or to impress or appear to be doing the right thing. Until then, I'm just wandering and sometimes looking for the little things that make me feel alive. And paper stuff. But it's been good. Somehow talking to you has momentarily snapped me out of thinking about the little things and viewing the big picture as it sits now. Sorry about the long train of thought. For some reason I feel I can talk openly with you. I don't really write stuff like that to people usually. Michelle. Alright, so that is sort of an introductory chapter, as I mentioned, and this whole book is really very personal, and I've put a lot of my heart and soul into it. Like I've made myself vulnerable by letting everyone see what I really feel, you know, the fears as well as the good stuff. So this is a big thing for me, but I really thought it was worth doing because I don't just want to I don't just want to spread autism awareness. I want people to actually see what it's like to live as a high-functioning woman on the autism spectrum. And yeah, I want to spread that understanding, and this book, by telling my life story, really lets people walk a mile in my shoes. So if you're interested, I'm going to put up purchase information. I'm looking around like there's a screen here, but let's imagine again here or here, wherever. I will put up information. The book is going to be released April 8th, as I said, and after that date you'll be able to buy it on Amazon or any other place you'd regularly go to order books. Before April 8th there is also some pre-order availability. I think the Amazon Kindle store already has it, so you can, if you want the e-version, you can just go order it online now. And if you're a US customer, you can also go to the publisher website, Gecko Press. I'll put a link, somewhere imaginary again. And they have the hardcover and the paperback and the e-version. And just to plug that company, they're a wonderful little publishing press that are very nice to their writers. But back to me. I think that was all I had to say about it. Oh, the last thing is, I really want to, I'm not just doing this for money, I really want to spread awareness, spread understanding. So please, if you like this, share, put it on your Facebook page, Twitter, Google, anything else you can think of, please share it. And even if you just, know people who like, personal stories, juicy information, gossip, all that sort of thing, this will be an interesting book for them too. So it's not just for Aspies, it's for anyone who likes that sort of personal, I guess it's girly stuff, but it's not just for women. But anyone who likes personal stories, please share. I'm forgetting what I'm saying, but I guess that's it. The end.